All right, what's up, guys? We've got a tripod. This is the Bogpod. So I really do like this thing. So it has some really good features. So it already has a strap here so you can keep everything together. The legs come out to a 20 degree, a 45 degree, and an 85 degree. So the cool thing about this is you can actually use this as a, like if you're lying prone. So this thing will lay all the way flat. And get you up off the ground. So it has some really cool features. It also has two extensions, so you can extend these like pretty far out. Another cool feature is on the bottom of the legs. You can screw in the rubber pieces, and then you get a nice little sharp point. That way if you're on any kind of like rocks or in dirt, mud, anything like that, you got something that grips in there. So it has a lot of really cool features. It also has a bubble level on it. So I think for the most part, this has just about anything that you could want. However, there is one thing I don't like. So it does move up and down and then side to side, and you can tighten it up. And then on one of the legs, it has a foam piece here. So if you want to carry it or anything like that, it works really well. They do offer these in carbon fiber. I went with the camo. So another feature this has, it's really nice. So this is a pretty nice quick thing so you can get it into place. It also has a small notch on the bottom here. So when it comes time to put it in the magazine, it gives you just a little bit of extra room. So another really good feature. Now the one thing that I don't like about this, so I can tighten this up as tight as it will go. Tighten this up, get everything nice and tight, and it has this little bit of play in it. All right, so this part isn't moving. It's not changing the angle, but it has that just a little bit of play in it. And no matter how much I tighten it on this side, it doesn't get rid of that. So that's the one negative. So as far as something for precision shooting, this definitely isn't the best tool. It's better than nothing. But that's the one thing that's very annoying. So if you see this back here, that's kind of why I put one of these on all my guns. So I made this thing that wraps around the tripod legs, and it'll come down. It's basically a piece of 550 cord. I got it set up to quick detach so I can put it on here. It allows me to basically put my my foot on it, and then it's going to pull down on the front and then down on here. And it puts downward pressure on the front and back to help minimize getting rid of that. But I got something new today from Kopfjager. I've got one of their tripods, so let's take a look at it. So the first thing I noticed right away is, so it's not overly heavy. This is much lighter than that one. Of course, it doesn't have the head and everything else on here yet. It seems very, very heavy duty. The knobs are kind of out of the way. So on the hog pod, I did notice it has the buttons, and I'm constantly pushing those buttons into the wrong position when I'm just kind of walking around. So this has a large button here, so I feel like it would be pretty difficult to knock those out of place. So it gives you some height right here, right away. So if you don't, let's say the first time you don't have the legs set up, or if you're on, one thing I've noticed, depending on where I'm at, the ground's a little uneven. I'll have to change the height of the legs. It's a little bit of a pain. So you can set the height of the legs probably just, I would say, a little bit low on these, and then you can fine tune it with this. So you'll get much more comfort, I think, a lot quicker. It doesn't allow you to go as flat, but it would be a really nice position here. So that's really cool. Let me get the rest of this put together. All right, so I haven't messed with this too much. The main thing I was really looking for was the stability in it and that little bit of movement, which this has absolutely zero. So this piece mounted on top so it will rotate if I loosen this up. But I mean, so this thing will tighten it down nice and tight, so you can adjust it. So you get full range of motion and everything on here. So this thing's very nice, but once you lock it into place, unlike the Bogpod, like there's no movement in here. So this will flex just a little bit, but it doesn't have that movement. Like when it's still, it's just still. So you could just free fire right from here. So that is actually, I would consider that just about as good as you can get. So this is very nice. It has all kinds of knobs. So I still haven't figured all that stuff out yet. I believe it has, so this is a plate that you can mount on the side. That way if you want to put, I think you can put like a rangefinder, or you can put some accessories on here if you want to mount your camera on here, get some shots while you're shooting. I'm sure there's a number of things that you can do on here. But so far, first impressions are this thing is very, very nice. It uses a heavy, pretty sure that's aluminum.
You want to take the magazine out?
No. Uses a heavy aluminum plate, so it's they're able to keep it thin. That way, if you need to get the magazine in and out, you can get back here with both ends. You don't have anything in the way because it's offset of the center just a little bit. So that's a really nice design as well. So nothing's really getting in the way here. So on this specific rifle, in this chassis, it's square. It still grips it, I mean, really, really well. But this design for the top is actually concave, or it has a curve to it. So if you're running an AR platform, it's going to grip onto those round fore ends. Or if you got like a chassis with a round front end, it's going to grip those nice and well also. But then if it's square, it's still going to grip in there and get it very, very good. It has a nice heavy duty. This whole thing on top is this really thick rubberized grip thing going on. And then here is your handle, and it doesn't take a lot of pressure to tighten it up, like almost too tight, just gripping it, and that's not going anywhere. So that's really, really nice. So first impressions is this thing is, I would say compared to that, is absolutely awesome. I'm gonna figure out what all these different knobs are, what I can connect to this plate. I'm gonna get some type of setup for this, and then we're gonna be going probably this weekend, and we'll test this thing out. I don't even think I'm gonna I'll bring the other one.
Just in case.
Just in case. But
out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah, we'll be able to test them side by side with recoil and stuff like that. So I'll go ahead and bring it. But this is the Kopfjager tripod K700 with, I think this is called the Death Grip. Damn, I'm extremely impressed. So we'll make some more videos of this in the future. Actually being on the range, testing it out, and get some actual range use with it. So the way I like to set it up is I like to basically just balance the gun in there. That way it's not falling back. So there's a good balance point. I've got my...
Does it have a level like the other one?
Yeah, I've got a bubble. This doesn't come with a level. You could probably always add one. But I've got a level on every single gun that I own pretty much. So I can level this just right off on my gun. Make sure it's good. I mean, we tighten that up, and there's none of that movement like in this one over here. I mean, literally no movement. So that is absolutely solid. Anyway, so if you're interested in more stuff like this, check out Kopfjager. It's Kopfjager, Kopfjager. This one is the K700. We're going to be making some more videos on this in the future, 100%. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you.